All right, welcome back to a brand new video of the Targeted Individual Program, Targeted Individual Experience. I'm about to do a video that, again, they're not going to like. I mean, they don't like any of my videos, but this one they're really not going to like. But I wanted to just update from yesterday. All right, so I remember yesterday I went to see my mother at the nursing home, and you know, like I said, I got in the elevator, and one of the workers, and again, they do this on purpose, right? So, because they surveil my family also, even though they don't think that they're being surveilled. You know what I'm saying? Because again, like that woman got in the elevator with me, and it's, again, as soon as I was leaving, she's like, I'm going, so they were waiting for me to leave. All right. Again, this is all pre-planned, all pre-planned. Got in the elevator. She's like, so are you coming to the function tomorrow? I didn't want to say I didn't know about it because I know that's what they want, right? See, they want me to feel a certain way because, like I said, over the past couple of weeks, they've been sending me a subliminal message about I'm an outcast, I'm the black sheep, whatever, whatever. And that's the problem when you are living, you have family who are very religious, right? Is that they don't want to believe that there are people out there who can do things to other people, right? And particularly the U.S. government, okay? Because they have this kumbaya mindset that white people are not the devil that they are. And I'm not talking about all white people, but the vast majority of them, okay? And again, I don't say that to be bigoted against white people, because I'm not. If you're a good person, whether you're white, black, and you want what's best for me, you're supportive of me, you're respectful of me, then you get the same thing back from me, the same energy back from me, right? The same support. If I can give you whatever the support that you're giving me, that's you'll get that, right? But this is what they do. Why? Because during my targeting, they were trying to again use technology to manipulate me into becoming more Christianized, right? So when I started looking at what was happening to me, okay, looking for the truth, getting onto these talk show calls, right? Which there's hardly any talk show calls anymore for target individuals because they sabotage that, and this is what they do. The reason why they sabotage that because we've had a couple of journalists come on some of these calls. So the minute the journalists start coming on some of these calls, trying to figure out, because I think at the time there were a couple of articles about targeted individuals, they basically created a tactic in which, and a method in which to um, stop TIs from doing the show. But we continue to do the show, and then so what they did now is through TalkShoe, they became, it became like someone took over TalkShoe, right? And then they were deleting our calls. You know what I'm saying? They were deleting it and all this stuff. So a lot of us lost a lot of our calls because they deleted most of it, right? Because of the information we were giving out. So this is the thing that they do: the subliminals, the behind the shadow working. I said behind the shadow, but operating in the shadows, doing things to stop us from continue to document and speak about this was happening because they are going to be doing this to other people and they don't want those other people coming in contact with targeted individuals. Those that do come in contact with us to understand what's going on, you know, they begin to look at things in a more realistic way, as in terms of not in a more religious way, even though they may be religious, but they begin to look at technology. Hey, I'm experiencing this and this. Okay, do the research. And as we as TIs, those of us who've done the research, those that before me who've done the research, who've helped me, and I try to do the research to help others also. Right. So this is again, this is what we'll do. Now, not every TI is going to be like us, right? But those of us who do decide to expose this in such a way in which we are going to be attacked even more, we do it with the knowledge and knowing that they're going to come at us at every angle with a ferocity that you've never seen in terms of psychological manipulation and the manipulation of your neighbors, the people around you, your family, and that's fine. That's fine. Like I said, this is my purpose. This is one of my purpose. All right, and when you know your purpose is higher, that which is high because you are not doing this for yourself, right? But you're doing this for others also, so that they can become aware, so that they can understand what's going on, so that they can, if they see somebody who may be going through what we're going through, they can say, you know what, there's a group of people called Target Individuals. You probably need to go look at some of their videos, all right? And then hopefully they'll come onto the right uh, YouTube channels, the right website to fully understand. So two of the websites I recommend is uh, psychologicalharassment.com, and for you to understand, and that site deal with the more the public targeting, what it is that they do, the predator department, which is law enforcement, what it is that they do to engage in psyops, psychological operation. And then you have Mark Rich. So Mark Rich, well, he is a TI. You guys can go and look, Google the Hidden Evil PDF. Just put the Hidden Evil PDF, right? Let me do that right now, just to make sure that it's still there. There you go, Mark Rich. Still in my search, but I still in my search engine, right? So there's also a book, right? So I would recommend that you guys buy the book, support Mark Rich. He is um, one of the few people who really put things in perspective, okay, for me as a TI, right? So you can, and again, as TIs, we know that they attack us financially, they ruin us financially, socially, they engage in covert operations, covert drugging, covert manipulation, using kids, teenagers, women, men, all the people, and it depends on which tactic they're going to deploy on you, just to create a false narrative, right? Or to create a narrative and then manipulate you into that narrative, right? That which they have uh, labeled you. Okay, so that's very very important. All right, and the other, so Mark Rich, the Hidden Evil, the financial covert war against the population. Let me so here it is, right? You can get the Kindle version. Okay, the paperback version is $14. I think there is another. Uh, Here, this one is despite the Kindle version. All right, so yeah, the Kindle version it's $10, and for paperback it is $14. Okay. And I always say, man, if I um come into somebody, I would find this brother, and he's a white guy. So just remember, like I said, when they want to talk about me and racist, remember, black people cannot be racist. Racist is a systematic, uh, it is a systematic system, right? It's a system within the society, right, in which benefits one group of people over other groups of people, right? And we're living in a society where it's run by white people. They have the power. So racism, as a black person living under a system of white supremacy and white racism, right? We cannot be racist. We can be bigoted, right? Just as you have poor white people can be bigoted, right? But they also can be racist, okay? Because of their color of their skin. They're white, and the system is designed to benefit them. Even if they're poor, they're still. And now, mind you, let me say this: that there are poor white people living in poor areas of America that get, ill treatment from the police, from, people who are more wealthier than them. But guess what? Okay, if that poor person and that white person was walking down in the same town, two different streets, that black person is likely to be pulled over by the police at least 5 times more than that poor white person. Okay, so not to say poor white people don't have their issues and don't are not being treated unfairly within the system that's created to benefit them. What we're saying is that yes, poor white people are targeted too, right? But if a white person walking down the street, that black person is likely to be stopped by police 5 more times, and also that person is likely to die, other than that white person. Okay, that's what we're saying. All right, so let's get that clear. So anyway, so this uh, book is also go to his website. His website is let me see if I can remember it here. Uh, I think it's called New World Order. Okay, let's see here. I don't want to do a search. Let's go to the web. Is it the New World War? Yeah, okay. So it's called here it is. It's called worldwar.org. Mark Rich. And like I said, I got to give credit where credit is due, regardless of who that person is. Right? This site will teach you about the a lot about the technology, also about the military operations. Military jargon, right? And that they use. Okay. So if let me go here. Um, and here's he wrote a couple of books. Okay, he has a book, Invisible Eugenics, right, and the New World War, Revolutionary Methods for Political Control, right, uh, Planetary Sabotage and Human Extermination, okay, Lithoman's AI Control Citizen. So these are books that to support Mark Rich, who has done an incredible job. And like I said, I can't thank him enough. I can't praise him enough for what he has done. And he is really really a treasure for the targeted community, right? So here are some of the links that you can click on. Okay, all right, let's talk about sonic weapons. Particularly this part here, introduction to non-lethal weapons, psychological operation, introduction to direct energy weapons, high-powered microwave, high-powered lasers, sonic weapons, computer network operations, microwave hearing, silent subliminal, and this is what they use on me a lot. Silent subliminal, okay, um, the use of citizens informant, chemical and biological, weather warfare, miscellaneous weapons and tactics, and so forth, right? And then talk about the cover up, right? Which is schizophrenia spectrum disorder, control of the medical industry, right? And so forth, okay? Let's talk about punitive psychiatry, but they also use punitive psychiatry here in the United States too. All right, always remind me. There's another website. It's called uh, what is the name of it? Hold on, I'm gonna pause this. I'll get back. Okay. Oh, I thought I paused this. Anyway, here's the website. It's called Bergen.com. And again, if you want to understand how psychiatry is used, right, and how much of how also we as TIs, right, how we're targeted specifically in the use of psychiatry, right, as a tool. This he will explain it also, particularly being a black person. On he in the 1990s, actually in the 1970s, he's the one that exposed the U.S. government and the health department uh, program in which it was called the Violence Initiative, that was targeted at black people, particularly black men who were involved in the civil rights movement, like the Black Panther movement. You guys know that they like Martin Luther King, they diagnosed him with being mentally ill. Same thing with Malcolm X. Uh, every black person, every black revolutionary, they label as mentally ill. Every black civil rights activist, they label as mentally ill. Every black community organizers, they label as mentally ill. Okay, so psychiatry have been used in a negative way against black people. Remember too that, if you go, and again, there's a book called the 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 protest diagnosis: How Schizophrenia Became a Black Mental Illness. Right, I forgot the author of the book. Okay, so this is what they do to cover up, um, to cover up their crimes against us as TIs, but also to manipulate and to highly Christianize the black community, particularly black women, with the removal of the men in the house and the use of these prosperity pastors to engage in aiding in that destroying of the black family home. Okay, so anyway, as I was saying, so with my mom, so they all went to the thing. I just got up. I was like, I saw her yesterday. I'm not going because again, no one. And as I said, I saw her yesterday in New York Predator Department using their sirens. As I say, I'm not going, and I'm not going. This is the second time that they've had something from my mother and never invited me, never talked to me about it. I had to find out from other sources outside of the family, right? So that's the reason why I'm not going. Okay, but I understand why they do what they do. Okay, it's the manipulation, the lies, and the religious mindset that they have. All right. Again, um, but this is nothing new. I think every conscious person, whether you're white, black, Asian, Hispanic, what have you, once you come into the truth, that they're going to attack you in ways in which you wouldn't even understand at first. Okay. And again, just remember too that religion is a tool for control. And when you have subsets of the population that understand the truth, those at the top who use religion to control the masses, for control and for wealth, they will do whatever necessary to subdue those of us who come into the truth or come into the light. Religion is not about light, in terms of, light meaning in terms of knowledge and wisdom. It's about ignorance, okay, and stupidity. All right, and I'm not sorry for saying that, but because that is absolutely true. Because if you believe that a man can stay in the whale's belly for how many days, or if you could believe a man can stay in the lion's den for how many of these pastors that you see, being bitten by a snake, no matter how strong their faith is, or eaten by lions, no matter how strong their faith is, right? Because nature, when the lion is hungry and give it no food, I don't care how much you believe in God, you step in there, your ass is going to get eaten. Okay, and also whales do not eat males. I mean, even a baby, a whale cannot eat. Right? Go look at how whales actually get their food, and you'll see what we're talking about. So science explains and trumps a lot of the things that you see in religion. Okay, right? And again, how we've been taught about spirituality is not really what spirituality really is. Just like you had in Europe, you had the 1,000 years of the Dark Ages, because again, the church had to uh, dim the light in the minds of Europeans, right? So when you talk about the so-called witch hunts and stuff like that, they were not witches. They were women who were practicing, you know, medicine, doctors, right? Or we would call doctors, though they may not have a medical degree, but they know that if their child gets sick, they can go into the woods. They can pick certain leaves, some certain plants, right? They can boil it. They can give it to their child, and they can heal them. Okay. Again, go look at this. Go look at the. Go read the book Dirt. Okay, and then also go read the book Our Sun God, Christianity Before Christ, or SUN God, Christianity Before Christ. Those two books, and you'll understand what I'm talking about. Okay, so these sort of knowledge they don't want you to know, they don't want you to have access to. This is from time to time. They'll always, like, whenever they attack me heavily, they will send some person either on my way home on the bus, on the train, what have you, to talk about Jesus Christ. They try to, you know, pull me into the fold of Christianity, or to say, well, it's because you don't believe in Jesus Christ. This is what's happening to you, what have you. And I'm like, no, This happened to me because there are white people out there and black people who have a white mindset, a white bigoted mindset, right? Meaning that they don't like other black people because they're black, and they are being used as a tool, right, to manipulate, to subjugate the rest of us. Okay, so I'm gonna show you guys the how they use Facebook. Let me see if I can find that. Here, here, here. So this person, so I posted this, right? Many people don't understand how the feminine divine was removed out of the European and Arab religious religion. Okay, so before these two religions came on the scene, Christianity and Islam, in the early stages, particularly in the the Hebrews, right, as well as the Arabs, they had female deities. Okay, and so I posted this, and this person, who I don't know how he showed up, but they'll send them. They'll send them on my. He's not a friend, so they'll send them. So he goes. He says, has nothing to do with the real Israelite. The Kabbalah is Jewish crap. The Kabbalah is not Jewish crap. The Kabbalah was not written by the Jews. The Kabbalah it's a reinterpretation, okay, of ancient belief system, right? So I said it's all reinterpretation of Kemetic and other spiritual system. Can you provide me with the link that shows and explain that? So I provide him with a whole host of link, as you can see, right? As you can see, okay, just to let them know that you hear the sirens. You hear the sirens? Yeah. They'll show up. I'm telling you, they'll show up, right? Again, this book here, Moses and Monotheism, talk about Akhenaten, right? Pharaoh or King Akhenaten, who is actually part of the who Moses is actually crafted after, right? Okay, he was the first person. Theism, okay, because before him, they were the ancient belief system were all polytheism, multiple gods. And if you go read the book, hold on a sec here, Hebrew and Canaanite myth, you'll understand, right? So this is before the Abrahamic faith. This is before Islam, right? They were all polytheism. They believe in multiple gods, right? But like I said, religion. They give you the Bible. They say study this book. That's the only book you need, and that's it. Not knowing the history, not knowing how this book is a psychological trap, particularly for black people, to subdue their mindset so that they can be oppressed, they can be misused, abused, and they can engage in the brutalization of black people. That's what you see in Africa today, where you have more churches in Africa than you have schools, universities, hospitals. They're building churches. And again, this is why I love Bob Marley, because Bob Marley was one of our Christ. He had the wisdom and the foresight. One of his songs called Babylon System. He talked about these people who are these wealthy elites. You go to they're building these Ivy League schools, these expensive schools you go to, but the people that's graduating from there are thieves and murderers, right? They are thieves and murderers. And he talks about how they're sucking the life of the poor people, right? Okay, and he's talking about teach the children the truth, teach them the truth, so that we don't raise another generation of children of a young adults that's not going to do anything. Okay, except build more churches and get on their knees and pray, because this is what they do. They're on their knees praying for a savior that's never going to come, while ignoring the savior within themselves. Okay, so they don't like that. But anyway, like I said, it's my job to expose what it is that they do. All right. I said my mother just called me, so I guess she must have realized that I'm not there. Because again, she never even mentioned anything to me yesterday. Also, while I was there, you know, not not like I said, it's a reason why they were using the kid's mother, Pam, to. Like I said, for the past couple of weeks, she's been like, "When are you gonna see your mother? Do you see your mother? Are you gonna see your mother?" You know, that came after she said to me, "Oh, it seems like you have mother issues." I said, "Why? Because I'm not letting you use me anymore. I'm not allowing you to use me anymore." I should say. You know, so all of a sudden, nah, because I'm standing my ground, and say like, nope, not doing this anymore, right? Not doing. Even though she has never, she used to think that she was manipulating me totally, but I said no. I said I do things I do because I choose to do it. Okay, I know your manipulation. I know what it is that they do, how they try to manipulate me. And sometimes it may work, sometimes it may not work. Right? But the minute I stop saying I'm not doing certain things, like I'm not sleeping over there anymore, she'll come out to me, well, the kids are over there because you're not here. I'm like, we're not in a relationship. How what do I look like? That's like I've done that for a long time, right? But like I said, I understand that the reason why I did it was for the kids and to help the kids out. But your attitude is something that I just got tired of, you know. And it's not worth my health. And like I said, every single day being there, my body was breaking down even more, constantly in pain. Right now, I'm not in pain so much. Like I went over there this week because they're on vacation, just to clean up the kids' spaces and make sure that when they come back, they have a clean space to come to, even though it's not going to last. But just to give them that psychological uplift. Something that she don't think about, which is our children mental health. So as I said, mental health. The neighbor. This morning again, even last night, I was on my phone. As soon as I put my phone down, they start dropping stuff on the floor. Like whatever, same shit over and over again. But anyhow, yeah. I'll talk to you guys in the next video.